Let me ask you the simplest question. In your company, who really calls the shots? The CEO? The department head? The VP with the intimidating title? Wrong. All wrong. The person who really calls the shots is the one who can make you pay a price you can't avoid. It's not the one with the biggest title. It's the one who decides whether your month is easy or hell. Think about it. Aren't there people with modest titles you dare not cross? And others with impressive titles you know, deep down, you can ignore with no consequences? That sounds like the entire truth of power, but it's only the surface. The real question is, how do you identify this power before it affects you? A name just popped into your head, didn't it? Hold that thought. If a big title equaled real power, then answer this. Why are there so many leaders without followers in this world? People who look the part, but nobody listens. You've seen this person. We all have. This isn't a personal failing, it's a system feature. Today, we tear down the illusion. Over 2,000 years ago, a brutally clear-eyed thinker named Han Feizi nailed it with one sentence. Power isn't about what you're called. It's about what consequences you control. Manager, director, cosmetic. They add no real stats. The real stat boost is this. Can you decide the bonus? Can you kill the project? Can you influence who gets the next promotion? People don't fear you. They fear your ability to change their reality. This explains a universal phenomenon. The quiet person who controls resources can, with one sentence, condemn your team to 3 months of overtime. The cheerful, vision-spewing leader, you might not truly fear them. Why? Because you know a mistake at their door has no real consequence. The smell of power isn't the ink on a business card. It's the sharp sting of a consequence hitting home. Let's get concrete. Compare 2 managers you know. Manager A, the title. Fancy title, shiny resume, calls endless meetings, talks culture, mission, values. The reality? The tasks he assigns, you can delay, you can half-ass them, and often nothing happens. He likely lacks the direct authority to impact your review, your rating, your pay. He is a loudspeaker. The volume is high, but the plug is in someone else's wall. Manager B, the power hub. Modest title, speaks sparingly, doesn't talk about vision. One offhand remark from him. Let's adjust next quarter's KPI weights. This project budget is cut 60%. I'll review the promotion list. Can rewrite your team's roadmap for months and directly attack your income and trajectory. He controls the resource nexus. You don't fear him. You fear his power to manipulate your time, money, and future. Title does not equal power. The system only recognizes one thing: your control over core outcomes. Money, time, opportunity, stability. In Han Feizi's framework, what matters in an organization isn't who sits in the corner office. It's whether that seat is wired to 2 buttons, reward and penalty. If a position cannot allocate bonuses, cannot impose financial impact, cannot influence anyone's key opportunities, then that position is a decorative prop, a placebo for stability. A real seat of power is a consequence hub. It connects behavior on one end to the results people care about most: money, opportunity, future on the other. But here's the problem most people miss. Seeing power after it acts is easy. The real advantage is spotting the consequence hub before it's used. You think many leaders are powerless due to incompetence? No. Often, it's by design. Large systems stay stable by not putting the power to decide major consequences in one person's hands. Thus, the common plight. You are given the title and responsibility, but the final levers of reward and punishment are buried in processes, HR algorithms, committees. You have the illusion of power, but only the burden of accountability. This is why so many middle managers are exhausted, frustrated, and powerless. Your chair isn't connected to the buttons. If you're not the top decision maker, but lead a team or want real influence, what can you do? Han Feizi offers a path. Before we talk about how to build power, there's a more dangerous skill: learning to read where the real buttons already are, even when no one admits it. Step 1. Make consequences stable. Create credible rules. Power begins with certainty. Establish clear, fair rules and enforce them consistently. Not overlook mistakes when you're in a good mood, punish harshly when you're not, but publicly define: achieve X, get Y. Violate Z, face W. When consequences are stable and predictable, power starts to grow. People align their behavior to the rule system you represent. They obey not you, but the predictable game rules. The rules themselves are the most basic form of power. Step 2. Never let go of the buttons. This is the more critical step. Never delegate your power to decide consequences. When you want to reward someone, if you say, "I need to ask my boss," you become a messenger. When you need to correct a fault, if you say, "I must check with leadership," you surrender authority. Han Feizi was blunt. Reward and punishment are the two handles of power. You must grip them yourself. Even if you start small, deciding the weekend duty roster, approving time off order, buying team coffee, ensure the final say is yours. You build real power from the ground up by controlling the smallest consequences first. Pause. Audit your own workplace. Who can actually modify your performance targets? Whose input directly shapes your raise or promotion? When you make a mistake, who decides if it's let go or pursued to the end? Mark these people in your mind. They are the real power centers in your world. Seeing this clarifies so much that once seemed blurred. So let's end all illusions. Power isn't superficial courtesy. It's others not daring to ignore your will. And the only reason they don't dare? You control the consequences they care about. Titles can be fabricated. Demeanor can be faked. But the human calculus of gain and loss never lies. Today, you learned what power is. Next time, you'll learn the tool systems use to hide it in plain sight. Because once you can see how rewards quietly shape behavior, you stop being managed by them. Next time, we explore a gentler, more dangerous proposition. Why is reward more manipulative than punishment? We all dislike punishment and love rewards. But Han Feizi warned, rewards are the most precise, least noticeable tool for behavior control. Most people are tamed by benefits. If you lead a team, manage others, or simply refuse to be steered by invisible incentives, what you discover next will change how you see every bonus, every perk, every pat on the back. That is the system's most hidden trap.